Welcome to Petrella's Ancient Healing Arts. This is my first live, and I have an exceptional young guest here tonight. And it's early evening, and I thought, what could we pick his brain about, and what topics would we like to learn about? So, please introduce yourself.
How's everybody doing? Out here in Pennsylvania. Wonderful energy. My name's Adrion. I have several gifts. Main gift is clairsentience. I get touched by my guides. I also see angels. I see entities. I see all sorts of stuff. I also see the other side, and we're doing a little bit of some card pulling for y'all guys and for the audience of Petrella's Ancient Arts of Healing. And the number one thing that I've been getting for a lot of y'all out there is that where are y'all guys going? What is your direction? I've been getting, it's really important where you're ending up. If you don't have a plan of where you're going or what you're doing, you're going to end up where you're going, as they say. But it's you can end up being, you're giving away your free will, putting your own mission, your own dharma in danger. And possibly, like, if you're not doing that, you could also possibly endanger others, because you have a certain mission, you have a certain dharma that you're here to do. And I've been getting this in regards to protection. So it's important you know where you're going, because everybody has a certain dharma, a certain destiny, and some of y'all's destiny might actually be that of protecting and serving other people and making sure that there's not a lot of conflict. But out of all the cards, out of all the things that I've gotten, the strongest one that I got was stamina.
Could you pick that up?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to cause conflict.
But I got was stamina. Like, this was so strong. Like, and the way my guides work is they touch me, so it's like sometimes it feels like just a very featherly like touch. Other times it feels like a very intense electricity, or like someone just like, like a little bit of a nudge, or with some power to it. And I felt that with the stamina. It was quite strong, and it was also on the Pisces energy of truth, being of truthfulness, stamina, holding the truth, going the extra mile, doing what it takes to be able to long-term vision, long-term responsibility, and also like being able to have a strength that could be capable to put up with like evil energy and put up with dark energy.
But what if you're speaking of the Pisces in particular, or any other sign, and the stamina, yet they've experienced the dark night of the soul, and they feel forsaken. It's as if the darker energies are using exhaustion to hinder many of us. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I get that a lot of people, they have a lot of protection. Like what I was telling Mary earlier, is that certain people have a lot of protection, especially sensitives and those who like do meditation, or like maybe even like karma yoga. They're out there doing services and stuff. They have a certain energy that's a protective energy from the angels and the guides and those of the beings of light. They love to hang around people who are like service to others, polarized. And so like sometimes like the darkness is intrigued with the light, is fascinated by the light to overcome the light. Just like how the darkness has its own like techniques and stuff, like the light has its own like tactics and techniques, and all you have to do is light one candle, and it defeats a whole bunch of like dark. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, I guess it's a law of the universe, and so usually, but these beings usually come around when we're going through something really intense or really ugly, like a breakup or a family death or some kind of like intense, because they're just, it's like mushrooms, they're naturally attracted to, that's what they do. Like energy can neither be created or destroyed, so they go and destroy this type of negative energy by consuming it. And that's why when people see shadow people or entities like hat people or whatever, they just feel terror because these beings feed on terror. They love terror. They just and then chaos and all that stuff. But they can be countered. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about that. They can be countered.
Yeah.
We're going to be all over the place, and really, you know what? The next time that we do a live, put in the messages below what you would like.
Any tactics, any strategies of, like, you know, and it's not just the shadow people and the dark people. It's also people. It's also like just people subconsciously or consciously sending thought energies and reducing people's auras through negativity, or even consciously putting spells or, you know, different rituals onto people and their business or their property and stuff. That's also something to be aware of. If any techniques on how to counter that would be good too in the comments.
Now, you know what I do is, of course, you could use salt. I also, if it's right away, because of my prayer life, this is why I tell people it's important to keep your rituals and your prayers strong. So if you're ever in a situation that you do not have the time to maybe do a full blown out prayer, you're protected. I can visualize a bubble of light all around me and you and the land. And this bubble of light is a form of protection. So, but I'd like to hear about other forms.
Yeah, one of the ones, because I also see clairvoyantly, so I see entities, I see beings and stuff, and I see the shadows, I see multiple dimensions, and it's hard to tell. Like I don't have a tutor, I don't have someone teaching me like exactly what I'm seeing. I have to figure out my own. But like what I've noticed is, like, when there's a lot of prayer involved, when there's when people do certain, like, even rituals, you know, like where they, like, a lot of Asian communities do, they offer incense to their ancestors and stuff, so there's electromagnetic relationship there. And then also people can make relationships astrologically with the sun, with certain, you know, planets and stuff. Those are people. You can develop relationships with those beings. And then like there's people who believe in Jesus, Buddha, Krishna. Having a strong relationship with those beings is also a force of protection against both shadow people, ghost entities, disincarnate, and people who are, like, I guess, evil eye sorcerer types, you know. And then, like, this is the duality. This is the realm of duality. So it's, you know, it's almost impossible to get rid of. And they also, you could also look at it in a Buddhist way. Like, some of the Buddhists, they see these demons. They don't believe in demons. There's just wrathful Buddhas here to teach us a lesson, and whatever they're trying to do, you can just kind of reverse it to counter what they're trying to do. Talking particularly like demonic, satanic entities and how they infiltrate people's minds and try to push them over the edge, like with suicide and even like with drugs and stuff, you know what I mean? Doing heinous things. Right.
And it's during that point, if you're at that point, what do you suggest?
Well,
they've already broken the barrier, and I would say get professional help.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Until you can get yourself balanced again. Well,
yeah, and the thing is, like, this earth realm, souls come particularly to this earth realm because people can go off the rails. They like to, it's one of the reasons why people like to come here, in terms of soul travel and soul reasons and soul evolution purposes, and you can see it. People go crazy. People have, like, breakdowns, and, like, you know, there's a lot of psychosis. There's a lot of psychopathy, you know, with war and killing and like people starving to death and all that stuff, and all sorts of stuff. The drugs too, you know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. And alcoholism, it's overdoing. It's out of balance that I think.
But ultimately, when you die, if that it's like there's no judgment from the higher, like from God and stuff. It's like,
oh, we're not judging.
Yeah.
No, totally.
And it's all meant for us to evolve, you know.
And help us get through those hurdles, because we all have a hurdle. It's just, what is the hurdle for each of us?
Yes, some people have come here in this life and they have no choice but to go through 4 divorces, or to go through a certain theme in their life, a certain destiny that will happen, and it's almost hard for it to change.
You know, that is another show. Okay, destiny, predestined. Because then, what about free will?
There is free will, but there is a kind of like soul agreements, contracts. You know what I mean? Almost like basic example of father and mother. Those are predestined. You already have those.
Right.
You can't change.
We run in soul circles. I agree with that. But it's this free will. When I do readings, unless somebody does something really out of the norm of what they're currently doing, and it's the free will. It's free will. The reading should maintain. And
also, what mercy that God allows anything and everything. That's how merciful for God, if the highest consciousness, the one true creator of all that is and ever will be, to allow us to do whatever the hell we want, however, with no judgment. That's mercy. You know what I mean?
But he did give us some kind of rules. So, they're basics. Love one another. Do unto, I'm to do unto you as I would have you do unto me.
Right.
Basics, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal.
Yeah.
These kind of things.
Yes.
Well, I gotta tell you, I think this is pretty good for a start.
Yeah, and this is we got. I think there's more content and.
Yeah, there is more content, and we're both psychic mediums. Adrion is more of a, he's on the line of a spiritualist, and our information is in the link below if you would like to get a reading, or if you have any questions, put it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Would you like to...
any questions at all? Any type of experiences that you want to share? Also, if you want more insight, particularly very direct channeled messages for whoever is interested.
The information is in the link below. Thank you so much.
Take care. Have a great springtime.